Good morning, everyone. We're back at it again. This weekend it rained a little bit, and so today we're headed out to go service some pivots. I'm out to one of our pivots that's sitting out in the middle of the potato field. Well, what's going to be a potato field this year. So now we're going to walk this pivot over and get it ready to be serviced. So let's make sure. See, we got water off, forward, which is clockwise, and we are at 95%. So stopping slots off, so we'll go ahead and start that and get that coming around. And I'm gonna go meet up with Skylar, and we're gonna service some pivots in a different field while this one walks over. And then once this gets over here to the edge, we'll come back and service this one. Here at this pivot that I just got moving is some fertilizer tanks that we had set last year. It was our leftover product from last year that we didn't pump onto our potatoes. So the tanks are just sitting here. There's no pump or anything. This is what we inject on the spuds throughout the year to help keep the plant healthy and grow and try to get a higher yield so that we can feed more people. This here is a Canam Commander. This is what I run around in mostly to move wheel lines and to check pivots. I do use my pickup for fields that are farther away from our home base here, but for most things, the fields here close, I run around this. It works pretty good for us. I enjoy it. So let's get going. So right now we're out here re-nozzling a pivot that we nozzled last year, trying to put down more water, and we actually put down too much, and so now we're slowing it back down. So we're out here just changing these nozzles, and we're just trying to make it so this ground does not absorb the water fast enough, so we got to run the pivot a little slower so that it will soak in instead of running off and causing runoff and having problems not getting water where we need it. So Bill and Skylar showed up with the rig that has the oil and air compressor. So now we're going to go down this pivot and check each tire, make sure they're at the correct tire pressure, and check the gearboxes and make sure that they're full of oil. Try and do as much preventive maintenance as possible to make sure that everything's ready to go for the season. So we finished up servicing pivots, and now we're back from lunch, and we've hooked up to this here propane tank. We're gonna go out. As you can see, we've got a torch, so we're gonna go play with fire. We're gonna burn the weeds off the ditch that feeds one of our fields. So we've made it over here to the ditch. This is a ditch that comes from the canal that's way over in yonder, comes down and goes into a pond on the other side of those railroad tracks there to feed our field. This year doesn't look too bad, but in the past we've had a bunch of weeds in here, but we're gonna try and get this burned off. So we're gonna burn this off, get it ready for the ditcher to come in. Nothing like playing with fire. Well, burning the ditch isn't going quite as well as we had hoped. The weeds aren't as thick this last year. We were able to stay on top of them a little better and spray them, so have a little better kill, and so we don't have as much leftover growth from last year. As you can see, we're not getting a good burn. So far, nothing's really wanting to burn except for right where we light it. Well, we've made it up to our neighbor's pivot. We want to make sure that we don't catch this thing on fire. Our neighbor probably wouldn't be very happy with us if we did that. So I'm going to stay here and tend the fire around this, make sure that it doesn't spread and come this direction as our brother and Skylar continue on and try to burn this. Ooh, that's getting hot. Whew. Oh, hey. Well, we've just about finished burning off the weeds along the side of the ditch. As you can see, Philip and Skylar are over there burning the last this last little section. They're working their way towards me, and when they get to here, we'll be done. Then we're gonna go along and make sure that we don't have any more fires. I've been running back and forth on this side by side, making sure that nothing's getting away from us. Well, we've had a pretty productive day today. We were able to go and get all of our pivots serviced, got some of our wheel lines taken care of, went out and re-nozzled the pivot, then we went and burned the ditch. So it's been a pretty hectic day, just jumping from one little project to another project. Stopped by the field on the way back to see if it was getting dry enough that I could go start working ground. We're still too wet, so we're gonna have to wait a little, probably try tomorrow. So we'll see you guys later.